Hi there, another quick video of dodgy footwear of the, if you can catch that there, that's the production of the whole system, the Sige solar panel system that I've got on my home. It's now charging up to what it was at 30% earlier. We ran the batteries down just before we switched back to self-consumption overnight to feed back into the grid. It's charging nicely. I should just pop outside to show you the actual array and the direction of the sun as well. But yeah, really happy with the production there. I should really try and get this information on a spreadsheet. Not that I'm very good at them, actually building spreadsheets, but I'll have to do that to show you the production numbers. But it's a 23 panel 10 kilowatt system with a 16 kilowatt hour battery and a 10 kilowatt inverter, and you can see the illustration of the gateway as well. So we've got a whole home backup. You can see the temperature of the day, or this morning, 14 degrees, nice and sunny. But the sunshine's not actually that strong, believe it or not. I kid you not. I should just pop outside to show you the panels, the direction of the sun. I have the neighbour's home directly behind me, but I wanted to put as many panels as possible on that orientation there to get as much production as possible out of the system. It will suffer dramatically in the winter. I do know that because of the low winter sun. But while we don't need so much energy, although we've not got the heat pump fitted yet, we don't need that amounts of energy for the summer, the spring and the summer. We'll be needing it, or certainly the last part of the spring and the summer, and the early to mid autumn. But we should need it for the last part of the autumn and into the winter. You can see it there. It's just popped up to 3 kilowatts generation, primarily from the back of the house, which is where I will pop out and show you the actual array. If I just slide this up a little. There the other production numbers. Ignore the figure, although it's pretty accurate. I'm not actually getting paid for anything yet, waiting for the micro generation energy certificate to come through. There you go, it's 46%. I'm trying a number of things out. I'm going to follow a strategy of switching to feeding the grid in the daytime when we don't need it so much. I can't find a setting to actually feed into the grid, but steadily build up energy in the battery as well to 100%, and then switch that over to a full feed into the grid stage, or phase, shall I say, until the latter part of the day. I've not quite figured out how to do that just yet, but that's my intention there, because we don't need all this energy. I'd rather the energy production going into earning from the grid when the grid needs it most in the daytime. The house is running very low on energy, probably runs at 200 to 300 watts on average in the daytime, a steady rate of 200 to 300 watts until we start cooking our dinner later on in the daytime, and we're still feeding the grid at that stage as well. In the late afternoon, early evening when we're cooking, we can still feed into the grid. Hence, I originally thought I probably oversized the inverter to a 10 kilowatt inverter, but that was with the intention of the heat pump. to be fitted later on at a later stage. I thought it would be fitted now, but you'll see where the exhaust stack for the boiler is in the loft, where it pokes out of the roof space. Once that has gone, I'm hopefully going to have to get the guys back from Powersonic to pop a panel in that space, making it a full 18 panels on the back. But if I just slide this back up again, you will see and zoom out. And there we are. It's fluctuating between 2 kilowatts and 3 kilowatts. The sunshine's not that strong, although it is pretty good, the quality. You'll see the cloud cover as well when I step outside to actually look at the panels and show you the panels. I should do that right now. Make my way out the door. Sorry about this. That's the Sigenergy battery there. Steadily getting on with building the actual enclosure for it to protect it from the weather. I'm here. Step up on this chair carefully. And there you can see it. That's the neighbour's house at the back. That's the quality of the... So I don't want to get his home, his house. That's the sunshine there. Bit of dapple cloud. Fairly good quality. Sunshine. But that's the panels there. You can see the chimney stack. If I zoom in a little. There. 17 panels, 440 watt Trina panels with the Tygo optimizers, which copes with the shading, which it will do severely in the winter, but in the summer it's not too bad at all. And actually where the chimney comes from, that's when the production drops off around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 12 o'clock midday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, shall I say. But yeah, yes, really happy with the actual production. I'll just pop back inside as the sun's just getting a little stronger. Before I kill myself on this chair. Back inside. Oh, and there you go, it's jumped to 3 kilowatts. And that's it, guys. Another short, sweet video. Sorry about the shaky quality. I'm hoping to upgrade the equipment as time goes by. I'll give you some figures as time goes by, as well as I get some more equipment together to actually present things a little bit better. But this is the actual data on an old tablet, and this is the actual app, Sigenergy app. It's a brilliant app. I would say it's pretty darn accurate in terms of its percentage, probably 95, 100% accurate. It's slightly differs from the home energy monitor, but I would say it's almost 100% accurate from what I've seen on the different screens and pages that that you've got to look at the production and the different data sets on the app. It is brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. I thought about getting a separate monitor with a Raspberry Pi, but I don't think I'll need that. I'm quite happy with what I am, or the information that I can garner from the app. I'll just close the door because the traffic noise, or noise of the day. And then I've just got an ordinary home energy monitor, which I'll show you here. And that's it. That's all I use at the moment to monitor it. For some reason, it has to, as it's sending energy out to the grid, it also draws a little bit of energy. I don't know whether it's just a connection test. Perhaps somebody can tell me that in the comments. And also, just to say at this point that yes, the videos will be randomly put out at the moment until I get myself fully organised. But yes, I just wanted to get as much out as soon as possible because I'm really happy with what is being produced, and that's it really. That's all I have for you at this stage. Really happy with the quality of that's a proper expression, but with the amount of energy from the varying conditions. Yes, we're in our summer. It's the summertime now. We've had a little bit of rain. I'll just go back to the other screen. We've had a little bit of rain in recent days, but there you go. It's just jumped into 3.1 kilowatts production. We've gone up to 48% on the batteries. When it gets to 60%, that's when I start letting it feed into the grid. So we start receiving payments from feeding into the grid because the house just does not need that energy to run. So you might as well get some payments for the energy being fed into the grid. And that's the actual setup that I wanted. It will be affected by the heat pump. That will take quite a bit of energy when it is in use, but when it's not in use, we can be paid for generating and helping stabilising the grid and feeding the grid in this area, and also with the decarbonising of the grid. So yes, absolutely happy with that. I shall leave it there because I'm umming and ahhing like a mad thing. But just to suffice to say that really happy with what has been installed by Powersonic, Mark and the team. I know I keep mentioning their names. It's not a paid video at all. I gave them the parameters of what I wanted. I told them what my future intentions are for the house. They came back to me with a number of options, but citing that this was the best option for my home or for our home. And also with the option of expanding with the fitting of a electric car charger when that comes about, getting an electric vehicle in the future. So it'll also help to power that. So it may seem at this stage that it's very overpowered, the house. I would say I've just simply future-proofed it for the cost benefit, the ROI. Does seem quite a little way out. I will go over the figures later on, but I just wanted to get some information out there on this Sigenergy setup that I have. Just to reiterate, it's 23 panels, 440 watt panels, all with optimizers, and also the Tigo app as well for the optimizers. It's a brilliant little app. I say little app. It's not. It's got quite a hell of a lot of information on there that I'm still trying to fully understand. I'm not an electrician, just an enthusiast at this stage about green energy and what you can get to the equipment that you can get to be installed put on your home, installed in your home as well. I'm really pleased with the package that I've got. I think it's just, well, there you go. The sunshine, the light's not got that much stronger, but it's just jumped to 3.7 kilowatts, 3.6 kilowatts. You can see the house there is only using 100 watts. And the battery at this stage is at just jumped up to 50%. 10% more, and I'll be switching over to feed the grid. I would like a little bit more versatility in the app, so I can almost like a time of use, if you will, so you can set different stages, especially with the type of setup that I wanted and I've got. As the battery increases in terms of its reserve, I do not need that reserve. The house does not need that reserve in the daytime, so that can be fed to the grid. But then to build in with the solar panels generating a lot of energy towards the mid to the latter part of the afternoon, throttling back on the energy going to the grid, so I can steadily build up the energy in the battery for the evening. Then I have done, experimented with, and I'll explain that, go through with yourselves, put that on the channel. I then dump a lot of energy onto the grid when it needs it, because the house doesn't need it. We've finished cooking. We've probably at that stage finished eating. The house doesn't need it. There's lots of reserve to take the house through to the next day. The house just simply does not need it. It doesn't need that amount of energy, so it might as well be paid for the energy in the battery, and also the production that it is still producing. The whole array is still producing there. You see, it's just got up to, it's just dropped back to 3.6 again, but the battery is charging steadily at 3.5 kilowatts. I will demonstrate when I change a setting. The energy that's in the battery sits at a stable state. The rest of it is pumped through to the grid. There you go, it's just jumped to 3.7. No fluctuation on the energy draw from the house. So it's building nice and steadily the energy in the batteries. And then, as I say, when it gets to about 62%, then I switch the system over via the gateway to feed the grid, and then it will feed the grid for the best part of the day until the last part of the afternoon and early evening. Then I switch it back to just build up some more energy in the battery. No, sorry, beg your pardon. Yes, to do that, to build it some more energy in the battery. Then I switch it to dump a lot of energy that we don't need from the battery down to roughly 40%, or 35%. That's more than enough to keep the house ticking over overnight. And then as the energy comes up again, I switch it to start to charge up the battery to 60% again, 65%, and then I switch it over to just feed the grid the latter part of the morning, because I have the ability to do that. With the app. The app is so versatile. This is running on the tablet, but also got the app on my phone. So I simply switch it over to do that. To any generation that directly comes from the panels goes directly out to the grid, and we are paid for that. We are paid for that energy, and that's it. That is it. I would say almost the perfect setup. I mean, if I did need to add to it, there is another 8 kilowatt hour module that I could simply stack on the top of the 16 kilowatt hours that we have currently. That the house has currently. There you go. It's just jumped up to 51%. That's how quickly it's charging in the time that I've been talking to you. But that's, really pleased with it. That's the setup. I'd say the Tesla Powerwall is probably a similar sort of setup. I was really tempted to go for the Powerwall, but this just gave me that little bit more versatility in terms of sizing the battery for the future. If I needed 2 Powerwalls, I'd certainly be tempted to do that. One 8 kilowatt hour module wasn't enough for what I wanted to do for the array setup and for the needs of the home, and also future proofing. So this was the best option that Mark advised from Powersonic. I'm really happy with it. so pleased. Then that's it, really. That's all I've got to say on this video. But guys, thanks very much for your attention. Hopefully you'll come back to see some more of what I've got in terms of the setup, and looking forward to the future, to see what else I could do with the actual array. But that's it. That's very much for now. So hopefully I'll see you back on another video. Thanks very much. Goodbye.